Uh, Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe, like, share so you don't miss any of my latest tutorials. Today we are going to start building a real-time banking application. This tutorial will give you hands-on experience with Spring Boot, Java and database connection. And here we are going to create a RESTful API with using Java and Spring Boot and how to establish a database connection between IntelliJ and MySQL. And here we are going to create different kind of APIs. First one is the create account, get all account, get account holder by account ID, delete account holder by account ID, deposits, withdraws, fetch the bank statement by date range. So first of all, we have to set up our project. Just move to Google Chrome, and here we have to search Spring Initializer, and the first URL is have to click, and the interface will be open like this. Here we have to set up our project. Then project we have to choose as a Maven, language as a Java, and Spring Boot stable version 3.5.5. Keep as it is, and we are giving the group name as a banking application, and artifact we are giving the same banking application, and then packaging as a Java. We are using the Java language 17 as keep as it is. And here we have to need some dependency. So here we are adding the web JPA and MySQL. Okay, all three already added dependency. Then we have to click on the generate button, and it will be generated, and automatically it will be downloaded. So we have to move to our download folder, and we have to unzip it. Just click on right click and extract all and extract. So this way we can extract our application, and we have to move to IntelliJ IDEA, and we have to set up our project. Here we have to select the banking application. Here it is, and just click on OK. This window only. Yes, our project is now it is set up now. To set up the database connection, and we also need to create a database. The first move to MySQL database, and here we have to create database. Up banking application, and now we have to just run the command. Yes, it is created. We can also check. Yes, the banking application is created, and then move to our application dot. We just click on the SRC folder, then click on the main folder, and there is a Java, and then a resource folder. In resource folder, application dot properties, we have to configure our database connection. So here we are going to give the database connection Spring dot data source dot URL equal to JDBC MySQL column // localhost column 3308 slash. This is our basically URL of our database source. And we have also give the username and password as well. Just copy this and username, username and password also. Yeah. And then spring.jpa, Hibernate, Debian or to equal to update. So this is spring.jpa.hibernate.ddl/auto equal to update. Basically, this query whenever all the entities of any of our class, it will automatically create the table in the database. Yeah, so database connection is done, and now we have to need some packages. We have to create the package. So here we go. First, we create the controller, and then service, and model, and repository. Yes, so this is done. And the model, we have to create the class. The first is the account holder. Yes. Here we have some entity. First entity we have private log account ID, and then we have private string account holder name, and we have private double balance. Yes. So account ID as a primary key, so we have to annotate as a @ ID, and it should be auto incremented. Then we have to give as a generated value strategy equal to generated type dot identity, and we have to add setter and getter as well. Setter and getter. Just click on the right, and there is a getter and setter, and just select all the entities, and it will be automatically create our setter and getter. Here we are giving as a entity class. Yes. So here we are going to create account ID, account holder name, and balance, and then we are going to add one more class as a transaction. So we are going to create a transaction class as well. Transaction class. Here we are going to give a private live transaction ID. And we are going to give a private string type. So type is basically what kind of a transaction. It is a deposit or withdrawal. So we have two constants. One is the deposit and or withdrawal. And we are going to add date as well. Local date and date. And here we are also going to add private long account ID. Whenever we are, suppose if any user want to deposit or withdraw, so from the account ID we can know who is the account holder. So we have to store the foreign key of the account holder. And transaction ID as a primary key, so we have given a great ID and it should be auto generated. Then we have to add generated value into strategy, okay, generated type identity, and we have to add getter and setter as well. Generate, just give the right, the getter and setter is completed, and we have to mark as an entity so that JP can recognize and create a table for the transaction. And we are going to add repository for these two account holder and transaction. So here we are going to add a account holder repository as interface. It should be extend JPA repository. And here we are giving the account holder class name, account holder, and primary key of account holder is account ID, and the data type of account ID is a long. Here we are going to give long and make sure it should be annotated as a repository. And one more transaction. Here we are going to give the transaction repository as interface extend JPA repository, class name is a transaction, and transaction ID family key as a long. Here giving the long and annotate with repository. After this one is done, model is created, repository is created. Here we are going to create a service for account holder. Account holder service and mark as a service. Yeah, it is done. And then finally we are going to create a account holder controller and mark this as a flash controller and a request mapping. And we are giving as a flash account as a general URL for this account holder controller. Yes. So here we are going to add dependency of account service. So using the auto app, we can inject the dependency of account holder service. Private account holder service, account holder service. And here you also need to inject the dependency of account holder repository and transaction repository both. So using the auto app annotation, here we can account holder repository and same for the transaction. So at private transaction repository. Yes, so these two are completed. And here we are going to create our first APIs. create account. It will be the post mapping and giving the URL as a create. And here is the method public JSON node create account. And here we are going to pass JSON node and return account or service create account and pass the JSON node. Here we have to add the request body. Yes. So this create account is not available in our account holder service. So we have to create this first. Yeah. So this one is created. And here we need also add the mapper class whenever we are getting a JSON object so that we can serialize into and deserialize into the JSON object to Java and vice versa. So here we are going to add a final object mapper, new object mapper. And here object node response object mapper create. And here we are going to holder, account holder. So in this API, we are going to create a new. If you want to update any existing account holder, we can do the same. Uh, In this API, we are creating the single API. You can use for these two purposes. Whenever you want to create or if you want to update, we can use the same APIs, same functionality. Here, if JSON web has account ID, then long account ID, we have to fetch JSON node not account ID as long, and we have to validate if this particular account ID is valid or not. So using the optional class, and we have to check in our database. If it is exist, then we are going to update. If it is not exist, we are going to throw the error stating that this particular account ID does not exist in our database. So here we go, optional and account holder, optional account holder, and account holder query dot find by ID. And we are going to give the account ID and we'll check if optional account holder is present, then account holder equal to not get not fetch करेंगे, we fetch, and if it is empty, then here we are going to return the response dot put status as an error, and response dot put show the message account holder does not exist, and return the response. In this case, and if in the JSON if we don't have account ID as a key, then finally else case account holder new account holder And here we are going to set the other properties as account holder dot set account holder name, JSON node dot hash account holder name, JSON node dot hint as text. If it is not present, then we are going to store as a null and set balance. Here we are going to set a balance. Whenever we are opening any account or creating any account, so we either give a zero balance set as a balance zero, or initially whenever you are opening any account, so there is a zero balance account, or we have to give some amount like 5,000, 10,000 opening balance. So in JSON object, it will uh, data will be coming what the balance user is supposed to put as balance JSON node dot with balance as double or null. So for the entity we have set, finally we have to save the list to the database account holder directory dot save and account holder. And here we are going to return the response dot status where given go to use as a success and response output message account created or updated successfully. And here we are going to add response dot put account ID as in response account holder dot get account ID. And we are also going to add in response balance. And here we are going to give a balance account holder dot get balance. Okay, this finally done, and then we have to return the response. Yes. So now it is okay. We have to start our application. It is taking some time. Just the Tomcat started on port 8080. So finally we have to insert the data. So we will move to Postman, and here we are giving a what? It is a post mapping, and we have to give the URI http colon slash localhost colon 8080 account slash create. Yes. And here we have to use data account holder name. So what we have here account holder name, We are giving Rohan and opening balance giving as a 10,000. Yes. And just click on the send button. Finally, the data account has created. We are going to add more data as the Kumar and files. Finally, Vikas is created. Vinay. Yes, so all three data is created. We have to check in our database whether the data is created or not. Just go to MySQL database. And here, if you see in the database, account slash folder and transaction, whenever we are in our application or properties, the spring.jp.hibernate.tdn.out automatically, whatever the entity class we have, it will automatically create a database. Yeah, so we have to check the data it is created or not. Yes, all three account holder inserted in our database. So finally create and update it is working. Suppose I want to update the name for account holder 3. I want to for the update API, suppose the surname is sync and just hit. And we'll check the name changes on here. Previously it was Guinness Kumar, now it is changed Guinness Singh. So it means it is our API is working for the create and as well as for the update as well. So the create is working fine. We are going to create one more API, get all. So here we go in controller, get all account holder data. Here we are going to get mapping and giving of URL get all. And here we public session now get all account holder data and return account holder service. Yeah. Get all account holder data and get all account holder data. This method is not available in our account holder service. First, we have to create this. So here, object node response object method create object node, and here we are going to list account holder list, and we'll fetch the data from the database. Account holder related dot find all, and here we'll get the data. We'll check if data is not present. If the empty folder list is empty, then we are going to return the error message. Account holder list dot is empty. Then in this scenario, response dot put, we are going to add status is error and the response dot put message no account data present. And finally, we are going to return the response, return response. In case of if account holder list dot is empty, there is no any data present in our database. In this scenario, we are going to return the error message and no account holder data present. And if it is not there, then we have to go, we have to return the data. Array node object mapper dot create object node, and we have to run the for loop. Account holder account holder list, and then object node count node object node create, and we are going to add all the data. Count node dot account holder ID. These are the attribute present in our account holder data in class. Count holder dot get account holder ID and account holder dot put dot is account holder name dot get account holder name, and one now account dot put balance, and that's one holder dot get balance, and we have to add this data in array node account node. Yeah, so finally we iterate on the entire array list and add the data in array node. Finally, we have to return the response. Response dot get status is success, and response dot put message page to fetch the data successfully, and finally set the response dot set account holder and array node, and finally return the response. Yeah, finally we return the response, and we have to restart our application once again, and we have to check this API. Suppose we are getting the data or not. It will take some time. Now finally our prompt had started on port 8080. Finally it is started, and the URL for this will be account/get all. We have to move on Postman and select as a get and giving HTTP column HTTP column local sorry // localhost column 8080 / account / get form. I think we have same URL here. Yeah. get all, yes, hit the button, and finally all the data we fetch. We fetch the data. We have three records in our database: Rohan, Vikas, and Vinay. Finally, these two API create and update and fetch all three APIs is working fine. And we are going to create other APIs in the next video. And kindly subscribe and like and share my channel. And thank you.